Hi, boys and girls. Welcome to my kitchen. Today we're going to talk about scientists and the job that they do. And we know that scientists try to discover new things. That is, they try to find new things, and then they try to explain why things are the way they are or why things work the way they do. And I know you've been learning about lots of things about scientists at school. I'm going to come a little closer here to show you some pictures. We know that scientists use all of their senses to be able to do their job. And they use their noses to smell, their mouths to taste, their hands to feel things and move things, their eyes to look at things and watch things, and their ears to listen. And we know that scientists always ask a lot of questions. And the big question they ask is why? Why does something happen the way it does? Why is something the way that it is? And to find out answers to those questions, they set up experiments. You can see this little girl is doing an experiment with test tubes. What fun. And then after they set the experiment up, they predict. That means they make a guess as to what they think will happen. And then they start the experiment and they observe. That means they watch. They watch very carefully to see what happens. And while they're watching, they may have to do some comparing. That means they look to see what things are alike or how things are different. They might measure things, and you can measure with a ruler, or there are lots of other things to measure with as well, as you know from preschool. And then they might sort things so that they can put things together that are alike. They might look at things or examine things very closely, like these girls with the magnifying glass. Or they might have to count things. And then, as they're doing the experiment, they write everything down. And then they look at everything and they share their findings with us so they can try to explain again how things work the way they do and why things are the way they are. Well, today we're going to do an experiment with a ramp. Actually, 2 ramps. And I just used things that I found around my house. Some of you may recognize this because this is where I put our letters. And I just turned it over and it made a nice ramp. And this is ramp number 1. And then my second ramp is made out of cardboard. And I just taped it to my counter. And I want to give credit to my husband. He helped me put all of this together. So now I decided to go around my house and find some different kinds of balls. And we're going to use those. And we're going to kind of have a race here. Okay? So I want to show you some of the balls that I have. First of all, I have a softball. Have you ever seen a softball before? And actually they're pretty hard and they're pretty big. And then I have a golf ball. And a golf ball is small, but it's pretty solid. And it has things on it called dimples. Okay? So we're going to do a race here. We're going to have each ball go down ramp 1 and ramp 2 and see which ball makes it down to my computer first. All right, so I have the softball here. I have the golf ball. Softball's going to go on ramp 1, and the golf ball's going to go on ramp 2. And I'm going to count to 3, and let's see what happens. Oh, you know what? Before I do that, let's do a prediction. How many of you think the softball will go down first, make it over there first? How many of you think the golf ball will? Okay, let's count to 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, the softball did. All right, I wonder, does it make any difference which ramp we go on? Now I'm going to put the golf ball on ramp 1, and I'm going to put the softball on ramp 2. How many of you think the golf ball will make it over to my computer first? And how many of you think the softball will? All right, now we get to see what happens. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, the golf ball was definitely first that time. All right, next, I have a squishy, very squishy smiley ball, and it's a very light ball. And then I have a tennis ball, and it's a little smaller than the squishy smiley ball, but it's pretty solid. There's a little squish, but it's pretty solid. So let's have the tennis ball go down ramp 1, and we're going to have the smiley squishy ball go down ramp 2. How many of you think the tennis ball will make it to my computer first? And how many of you think the smiley ball will? Now let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3, go. Oh my goodness. They both went in different directions, but you know what? The tennis ball made it there first. But you know what? Sometimes we need to do it again to see if we can make it look a little bit better here so we can see really how it works. So let's do it again. 1, 2, 3. There they go. They both stayed on the counter. Yay, the tennis ball made it first. All right. Now, what if we switch things around? Smiley on ramp 1, tennis ball on ramp 2. Which one makes it first? How many do you think Smiley will? And how many do you think the tennis ball will? All right, 1, 2, 3. Let's see what happens. Smiley. Smiley by a mile. Okay. I have 2 more balls. Okay, I have a blue ball, and I don't even know what it goes to. And there's a little squish, but it's pretty solid. It's not too heavy, but heavier than the squish ball that I had before. And then I just found this little thing at preschool. It's not really a ball, but kind of. It's bumpy. But let's see what happens with these going down the ramp. So the pink ball is going to be on ramp 1, blue one on ramp 2. How many do you think pink ball is going to make it to my computer first? And how many do you think the blue ball will? All right, let's do our experiment. 1, 2, 3. Oh my goodness, it was the pink. By a mile, as they say. All right, let's switch. Let's have the blue ball go down the first ramp and the pink ball go down the second. How many do you think the blue ball will make it to my computer first? And how many do you think the pink ball will? All right, let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3. My poor pink thing stopped, didn't it? The blue ball was first. And then I decided to find some things around the house. I'm going to move the balls out of the way here. All right, I have a marker, a crayon, a red pen, and a pencil. Let's see how these do going down the ramp. All right, I think we'll have the pen and the pencil go against each other. The pen is going to go ramp 1, pencil ramp 2. How many of you think that the pen will make it to my computer first? And how many of you think the pencil will make it to my computer first? All right, you ready? Let's try it. 1, 2, 3, go. Ah, the pen. Pen won that one. Now let's switch around. Let's have the pencil go ramp 1, the pen go ramp 2. How many do you think the pencil will make it first? And how many do you think the pen? All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Oh, there goes the pencil. Made it there first. All right. And then our last 2 things will be our marker and our crayon. Let's have the marker go down ramp 1, the crayon go down ramp 2. All right. How many of you think the marker will make it there first? And how many of you think the crayon will? Let's see what happens. 1, 2, 3. Oh, marker. Marker was there first. All right. And let's switch. The crayon's going down ramp 1. The marker's going down ramp 2. How many of you think the crayon will make it first? And how many of you think the marker? All right, let's find out. 1, 2, 3. The crayon did. The marker was close behind, but the crayon did. Oh my goodness. Okay. And now, if we didn't already do this, let's do it again. I'm going to have the marker this side, the crayon this side. All right. Which one will make it first? Let's see. Oh, the marker did. Yay. All right, now we tested everything. And now we have to go, what happened? Which ramp seemed to be the one where everything went down and it made it over to Mrs. Becker's computer first? Was it ramp 1 or was it ramp 2? Oh my goodness, it was ramp 1. And now we have to go again. Why? Why did ramp 1 things go faster than ramp 2? Anybody have any guesses? Does anybody have the idea that it could be because this one's taller than the other one? And the ramp is, if you can look at this, it's a little more slanted than the other one, isn't it? Do you think that could make a difference? And that's what scientists would do. They would go, why did it happen that way? And they would make a conclusion, or they would conclude. We have all these big words today. So, boys and girls, you can do experiments like this at home too. You might need to have your mom and dad's help you. And another good place to do these experiments would be at preschool. Hey, you know what? You could go to the Block Center and do an experiment like this. But you're going to get a chance to do lots of different experiments at preschool this year and really get to find out more about scientists. But for now, boys and girls, I'm going to say goodbye, and I'll see you later. Thanks for doing the experiment with me. Bye-bye.